So I just want everyone to chime in a little bit. You've all been following us for a while. Should we keep Meg or fire Meg?
Oh my God, we are not doing this. That you literally just said you're not going to do anything to disrupt my integrity.
No, I'm not going to mess with your looks. That doesn't have to do with integrity. I'm just asking the public what they think I should do.
I'm great. Why would you even entertain the idea?
I don't want to go into the particulars.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to create some drama. Okay, Meg, 47% of real estate agents last year did 0 deals.
Oh my God.
What do you think of that?
That is awful. Like, what are they doing? Like,
They're not working. I don't think real estate agents today knows what it takes. It's not posting something on TikTok or posting something on Facebook or Instagram. That's not going to sell a house.
So what's going to sell a house?
Building a solid, decent relationship with someone that knows, likes, and trusts you.
And how do you do that? Like, what are your steps?
Talk to people. Go visit them. Write them a handwritten note. Keep in touch with them on a regular basis, offering to help them with their real estate needs or any other needs whatsoever.
So the Christmas cards, stopping in, talking to people, checking in on their kids, buying their fundraisers for their kids.
Yes, being a resource for them when they need help all the time. I had somebody that's in my database text me this morning and said that their insurance company is dropping them.
Why? What was the reason?
They had 2 minor fires in the last year, and the insurance company got them a quote. Let's say it's $10,000 for the insurance. Now the insurance tripled with the new company they could find them. That's it, tripled.
Oh my gosh.
So he wanted a referral source. I gave him one. I texted both him and the insurance guy together, connected them, and it took me maybe about 2 minutes. And I gave him a good referral. I think it might work out. Time will tell if it works out. But being the person that when they have a problem that they call you is so important when becoming a realtor.
100%. Because, I mean, when in any situation, I mean, it can be, a personal situation or it could be, a business situation.
Yeah.
If you are there to solve people's problems and help them in any way, they're gonna come back to you when they have another problem. Or like, hey, now I have to actually list my house. Here you go.
And when you help her solve the problem, you need to also remind them, hey, I'm a real estate agent. If you know of anyone that's buying or selling a house, please have them call me. Or call me with their information so that I can go ahead and help them.
47% did not sell anything.
Yeah.
That is wild. Like, you can't even call yourself an agent at that point because you're not actively selling.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, the numbers of people doing less than like 8 deals must be astronomical. But you know the term in the business is 20% of the real estate agents are doing 80% of the business. Mm-hmm. That's just a fact.
I mean, that's how it is in a lot of scenarios where, 20% you're doing this and 80% you're not. And it's crazy.
So Mike Neidlinger and Kim Neidlinger are remodeling their kitchen, right? I've been seeing some stuff. I've been seeing some pictures, and I've been seeing some Facebook posts. It looks like you guys went and picked out some granite.
We did.
How did that go?
Good. We went down to a warehouse down in Frederick.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad at you because you didn't fly us, and the airport was literally right there. We could have flown in there, hopped off, and then walked right across the street and got into the granite. And we could have been there in 20 minutes, but instead...
Well, I'm in flight training school, so it's not like we can just go fly anywhere we want, anytime we want. So, but that would have been very, very convenient.
It would have been, because an hour... Okay, so it took an hour and a half for us to get there, an hour and a half to get back. So that's 3 hours times 3 people. That's 9 hours of going, just driving there.
Yeah. We talked about it. We should have set it up. I didn't realize. You could have walked over from it.
Yeah. You messed up.
Wow.
You blew it.
I blew it. I could have been a hero that day, huh?
You could have been.
I also don't know if Kim and I should be in the airplane together.
I think it would have been fine. It would have been, a good experience for everybody.
Yeah. No, meaning if it went down,
No,
we don't want to have two important
true.
decision makers to go down.
That is true.
Um,
Okay, so one of the subjects that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So many people, the whole reason why they want to get into real estate to begin with is the passive income.
Yes.
Which, to be fair, getting people into that mindset of having another stream of income or the passive income is good, because so many people nowadays, they are just in this mindset of cost per hour. So if I make $20 an hour, okay, so my time is $20 per hour. So that you're associating a number to your time. So essentially, people are like, "Oh, when I go to the store and I got to buy something."
These videos can only be like 30 seconds long, Meg. I don't have a clue. I don't have any idea where you're going with this.
Just listen. So something's $100. If something's $100, people are now like, "Okay, I have to work, 5 hours to be able to buy that." So they're exchanging their time for money.
Okay.
Okay. Do you understand that concept?
I do.
The whole concept of real estate is to get out of that. So you don't want to exchange your time for money anymore. You want to have that passive flow.
Except most people, when they go buy a rental property or two, sometimes don't make money these days, right?
Right now, it's very hard to cash flow on properties.
Yeah, although you're cash flowing on the ones you bought, right?
Yeah, but the ones that I bought in 2016, 2018, when I had a lot better deals when I bought them at a lot.
Olivia and Colin just bought a couple rental properties, and they're cash flowing on both of those. They bought theirs within the last year, right?
Yeah.
How did they do that?
They also had, I think, they put a lot more money down.
They did put substantial money down, and one of them was their owner. It was their house they lived in, so they had good financing terms from that one.
Yeah. So
you can make money on the first couple.
There's definitely ways to make money in real estate right now. I mean, we just bought a 2-unit that we're going to make money.
But go back. I don't understand what you're talking about. This passive, like it's.
So people have in their mind that you have to exchange your time for money. Unless you get out of that mindset, you're always going to be working. Like, you're going to work until the day you die. So you have to figure out a way to, not exchange your time for money. And in doing so, that's, buying real estate or, investing in the stocks or whatever your niche is to allow yourself to no longer exchange your time for money. And that's the point. That's the point of this conversation.
But it really doesn't truly get passive. I mean, it's a big hill.
It's never passive.
It's a ginormous hill.
So when people say rental properties is passive income, it's not. I call it it's continuous income.
Are my rental properties passive?
No.
Look, put yourself in my shoes.
For you personally,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you also have a whole team of people that are working behind the scenes. I mean, you have how many people full time that are working in the office, taking calls, all the maintenance guys.
I built it.
You built it like that. But the common person that are just like, oh, I'm just going to buy, 5 rental properties to help.
So the person that buys 5 is still not doing it passively.
Correct.
It's still more time.
It is more
on
time.
Top of the regular stuff.
Unless they completely 100% hire a management company and say, pass it off to that management company, at that point, then maybe I would say, okay, it's passive income.
Okay.
But you're giving up 6 to 8% or 10%.
And they're definitely, and it's going to be even tougher to cash flow.
Yeah.
So people that buy stuff in the last year or so, if they think they're going to buy it, put the minimal amount down, and then hand it over to a management company and think it's going to cash flow with today's inflation, is insane.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's not happening, and we're seeing it from people that are struggling. They say, well, I bought rental properties. It should work. It doesn't work that way.
You have to buy them right. And you have to put all the financing together correctly in order for it to work.
And you have to make sure that they're up to par. Like, are all the fixes done? Are they in great shape? Are they going to have less headaches, less problems?
Yeah.
And then upkeep and maintaining them to those levels that you don't have issues is another whole issue. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's passive income, but I would call it another stream of income.
Correct.
With time, effort, and money going with it.
Yeah.
But so let's say you have a job and you buy 3 rental properties and you're making $600 a month on those 3 rental properties. Are you actually making money? Probably not, right? Like if you let that money sit and accrue $7,200 in a year, you're probably going to, 600 times 12 is 70. Is that 7,200 in 1 year? You might spend that on maintenance and repairs, correct? Would you feel you would?
Well, I mean, probably, but the goal is to kind of budget for maintenance and repairs as well.
But if you're only clearing $200,
it's not going to buy. you shouldn't buy it.
How much do they need to clear? 300.
Minimum of 300 with a budget of maintenance.
But even with the
it.
300, you may eat into a lot of that.
Yeah.
All it takes is one water heater or one furnace or one roof that comes up.
Yeah. Or, even a water leak, like a tenant overfilled a bathtub and then.
But what part are we missing about all that? What's the next? So not only you're spending more time on working on this unit and doing stuff to this unit, and maybe you're not making the cash flow on the rent with all the expenses per month, but you are getting it. You're breaking even, or you're covering yourself. But what you are getting is the principal pay down over time. And if you own this thing for 10 years, it's going to do what?
Appreciate.
Go up in value.
Yep.
And if you hold on to it for 10 years and you bought it for, let's say you bought it for 200, it might be worth 350 or 400. Where people struggle is they get this extra work and they get tired of dealing with that rental property and they ignore it. Mm-hmm. And they don't keep up with rent and they don't keep up with maintenance. And then when it's a crappy mess, they want to sell it. So now that $100,000 to $150,000 rental property is worth what? 10 years later, 150. It's worth what they paid. So they said, I hate real estate. But if they would have stayed on to it, maintained it, and actually did everything, even if they didn't cash flow a lot, now that 150 might be 250.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I'm glad I did real estate. Now I have 100,000. I can now I can invest that passively. And
yeah, I mean it's to me, real estate is a full-time job, and it's a job that is 24/7. So if you're not willing to kind of commit to that,
I don't know about 24/7, Meg. No.
Okay, so on Saturday night at 2:00 in the morning, when a tenant is texting me,
did they text you?
Yes.
For what?
My toilet won't flush. That was literally the text
And you
message.
responded.
I looked at it and I said, I will deal with this in the morning. And I put my phone back down. But the fact that tenants feel like you are available to them.
I did not get any text messages this weekend.
Yeah, you don't, because you don't self-manage. I do. You know how many times I've had tenants call me in the middle of the
that's
night?
because because you're money hungry and you want
because I'm still growing.
You're money hungry.
I am.
You're money hungry.
I'm still growing.
You're greedy.
I am not
and you
greedy.
want all the money.
I am not greedy.
You want all the money to yourself.
I am not greedy. Take that back. I give a lot to people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do get phone calls on Saturdays and Fridays every so often.
Yeah.
In the blue moon. Of people being like, hey, I'm drunk and I locked myself out.
Oh. Do you charge them for it?
I typically don't.
You won.
It depends on my mood. It really depends.
You
on my mood.
100% should be charging for that.
Well, I started going the electronic locks. I've been slowly replacing all the
So you
old
don't
locks.
get those calls, I guess.
Yeah. So then it's just type in the code.
Yeah.
But it's just,
listen. Here's the thing: we're all gonna put up with this for as long as we can, and then we're either gonna pass it on to someone else, or we're gonna sell the stuff and live off the profits, or we could sell or finance it to someone else and let them deal with the headaches.
That is true.
That's what the play is down the road.
Yeah, I mean somebody is turning 50 here soon.
Is that you?
Nope. But my birthday is coming up.
So I went to my flight training class last night, my first one, ground school. It's Mondays and Wednesdays, 6:30 to 9:30 for 6 weeks. Like, I'm tired when I get there. And there's 3 high school kids in my class. 2 of them want to be, actually, I think all 3 of them want to be airline pilots. There's a couple of people in their mid to low 20s. And then there's one other 40-some-year-old, and then you got me in there. I'm the old one in the class.
and you're like, I'm just doing it for fun.
Yeah, and these young kids just they already know everything. Like, they know stuff. It's weird how well they know. They know about flaps. They know about flying. And this one girl had, like, 40 hours of flying already. She flies with her dad, who's an airline pilot. Oh, wow. And she said her brother, who's 15, she's 17, her brother's 15, has like, 200 hours.
Oh, my gosh.
He might have 400 hours.
That's crazy.
Because he just flies with his dad all the time, and he flies the plane. And you can fly with and he's a CFI. He can teach his dad. Oh. But he just can't fly on his own until he's 16.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's really cool.
When are you going to go? Are you going to go schedule a flight, Meg, with that guy?
I need to. It's on my vision for 2025.
Okay. Spring.
So,
maybe try it in the spring.
Yep. So my whole goal for 2025 is just focus. Like, that's all my board's going to really be, is just focus. And then it's just going to say, like, the top 10 things that are most important to me. Everything else, because remember, every single year I have like this big massive board and it has like 300 things on it. I handwrite like all the little things.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that this year. 2025 is just going to be top like.
What are
10
your top
things.
couple things you want to try to do?
So I want to. Here, I'll pull it up.
You already bought 2 more units, right? You're not. They don't count now, do they? This year's over.
They count.
For next year's counted?
No, not for next year. Not for next year. That's all for this year. Okay, so first I want to. The boat and the beach house is ultimate goals.
What do you mean ultimate? Explain that.
Like, not negotiables.
For next year.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Then-
might need to see your. We need to do your finance. Did you bring your stuff to
We
go
did-
over it?
No, I did not bring my
Shit.
stuff.
Bring it for next Tuesday.
I don't know if I want to.
Well, no, we'll go do it. We'll just get done with this early and go do it.
Okay. Then I want to get my rentals to X amount in profit. Then
What is it now? We won't post it. We won't post it.
I mean, it's double digits.
Is 11, 12?
It's
13.
It's pretty consistent between 10 and 13.
Okay, because it's never the same.
Um,
What do you want to get to?
I really want to get is like 15.
Is that
next year.
13 to 15 then, basically, or no?
Yeah, more consistent, like on the higher end. Like I want to be consistently at 15,000.
Gotcha.
I want to get a hot tub for the house. I want to pay off the Mercedes.
Did you hear Brian has just sold his because he's having so many problems with it?
Did he sell it? I thought he was just getting a Tesla.
Oh, no, he's getting rid of the Mercedes because of all the maintenance and problems.
Great. Well, I still have 3 more years on my warranty, so which I can extend to 10 years.
Okay.
If I really wanted to. And then random things. I want to learn how to play the guitar. And then pilot's license is on the list.
Really? Copying me. Just 20 years earlier.
Yep. And then I have my trips.
You going to go on any trips next year?
Yes, of course I'm going to go on trips. It's like the most important thing to me.
Are you doing the timeshare trips or no?
No, I'm giving up on the time.
You giving up on the time?
Okay, so next topic.
Okay.
How do you think millionaires do math? Okay, let me rephrase this. How do you think entrepreneurs do math?
I have no idea.
Okay, so in sales, say you are going to, start selling something.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm selling 10 houses this year. That's my goal. So, but I want to make X amount of money. So
Yeah.
I want to make $1 million.
Yes.
How many houses do I need to sell in order to make $1 million?
Oh, so they reverse engineer what
So
they're doing.
everything is reverse engineer, where it's like, okay, well, if I want to make $1 million, what's my commission? How much am I going to make per house? So that means I have to have a sale price. I'm just making up numbers of an average of $500,000. So I need
Yeah.
to sell 10 $500,000 houses.
Okay.
So that's my niche.
Okay.
That's what you got to focus on. So then it's like, okay, the $150,000 house not worth my time. I'm not focusing on it. I'm just only
Yeah.
going after those $500,000
Okay.
houses.
I like it.
And it can be related to
I don't
to
think I've
anything
done
in
that
sales.
in the past. I've just tried to do as much as I can all the time.
So you don't think like those lower ones like not worth your time to do it? Because it's like, okay, if you sell a $100,000 house, how much commission are you realistically making?
Well, there are no
$1,500,
$100,000 houses right now.
I mean, come on, we can buy a $100,000 house.
Are you talking about from the agent perspective, or are you talking,
I'm
From
talking
a flipping-
from an agent perspective.
or are you talking from an investor perspective?
I'm talking from an agent perspective.
Okay.
So an agent that wants to make
But let's talk about that from a rental perspective. Why are you buying $100,000 rentals? Why don't you go buy $500,000? Why don't you go buy high-end rentals?
well, is it going to cash flow?
No. Where are you at with the number crunching on those LIHTC ones?
I just don't see it.
Why?
I mean, I like them. I want them to be a deal.
I know, but you were gung ho about it. So what's
was.
the issue?
Well, the issue is one, you have to like skyrocket rents in order for it to be realistic. And I mean, I don't know, maybe 5 years from now you do pay $2,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Maybe you do, but I also don't want to like bank on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're low income housing. So the first one is 3 years of low income. So you have to abide for all of that. You can't raise rents to a certain
Yeah.
level. And so I talked to Jory, your tax lady, and she advised against doing them.
Why?
One, because she said they're a major headache. Two, you will get audited. Three, she just feels as like there's just a lot of headaches to it. And then there's no tax credits on those properties. So
Oh, wow. No bonus
benefits.
appreciation or anything on this? Oh, wow.
So it's
Yeah.
so from that aspect, it's not the most attractive deal. And then on the reverse end, it's like you don't get to your 7% pref. So Doug's out.
What do you get to?
Well, year 4, you get to like 4%.
Could be hard to raise money on that.
Yeah. So it's like.
And so if you're 4% on year what? 4?
Yeah.
What if something goes sideways?
Exactly.
That's okay.
So I kind of gave up on them.
I did it in 30 seconds.
Well,
I feel like I know a deal when I see it. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I've been around, done enough deals, analyzed enough deals to be like, yes, I got to go get that. He tells me that deal's 50 grand right there that we're talking about. I'm
Yeah.
going to go look at it again because they're getting the rents in the 800-900 range.
Mm-hmm.
They're not all full. I know the place needs work. If he was at 50 grand, I'm going to go look. I'd be like, let's go. Like I've just kind of made up my mind. Right or wrong. I can't say if it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
But I've been at that property before, and I don't love it. I didn't love it then. And now it's,
Still not a deal.
yeah, and they're having issues with it. Because if it was humming along, they don't owe anything on it. Why would they sell it if it was humming along?
Yeah. I mean, but people also get into different.
They own a whole bunch all over the place, and that's an outlier.
Yeah, but do you think, I mean, people sell for all kinds of reasons.
Yeah.
They could just be old. They could be tired. They could be.
Yeah, usually it's mismanaged, but they still own a lot of deals. It's not like they're old and tired.
Yeah.
I like old, tired,
Yeah.
like 80-year-old men that are just tired of it. Or
Yeah.
men or women that have owned it for
20 years,
30, 40 years,
yeah.
and like they don't want to raise rents on all their people because they're nice and they just have taken excellent care of the place. Like those are the types of deals we bought. And
Yeah.
you saw that when we walked them all.
Yeah.
You walked a lot of those in Hershey when we did them, didn't you?
Hershey, Anvil, Palmyra.
Look at Anvil,
one-
85 a door. Does that seem like a deal?
Seems like it, yeah.
It would not cash flow great on today's interest rates. It would be okay. But, I mean, it might be okay. You would think 85 a door, you're renting them for $1,200. Does that sound good to you?
It sounds like that could be
It's
a deal.
not good. It's not
Yeah.
that good, though.
Yeah, I mean, once you factor in management and once you factor in like all the expenses
Yeah.
and just, the financing really is ultimately what kills it, makes or breaks it.
Yeah. And we're into the 30-year AM, or we're in the 30-year AM on that. It's paying down. It's, hold on to it for a while. We've got the roof squared away. We've got maybe some boiler stuff to work on down the road, but ultimately we've done a lot to that place.
Yeah. But there's still one unit that you're still.
Yeah. And that's at 1,100. Oh, this goes back to, were you in the meeting, our finance meeting the other month?
Yeah.
Remember they wanted to talk about Waynesboro changing the HOA fee and just making it all one.
Yeah.
What was your opinion of that?
No, I think it should be separate.
Okay. So this one in Anvil is 1,100. But if you read down through the ad,
It includes everything.
includes everything, and 200 of the 1,100 is for utilities.
And they're still not getting any bites.
I know. So I said, what do you think I said?
This is why you don't do it for Waynesboro.
No, what do you think I said? Give me what was the next directive out of my mouth?
Lower the rent and then not include.
By how much? I just told you.
$200.
Yes. I
Yeah.
said make it 900 and say 200 for, because they'll believe all that.
Yeah.
But if all they see is 900, oh yeah, I'm interested. Let's go look at it. Set it up.
Yep.
And then they might either look at the utilities right then and say, oh, 200, but hey, but then I'm maxed out. I don't have to pay anything else. But when they see 1,100, they're thinking, oh, 1,100, and I have to pay utilities. I'm going to be at like 1,300.
Yeah.
I can't do 1,300.
And they don't even go and look at it.
And they stop. They don't even click the button to take the next step. So it's a marketing ploy. You have to
I
market
agree.
a property
I agree.
in the best possible light. So I like having an HOA. and they expect it in those places, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I think that was definitely the right move for Waynesboro. How do you become great at sales, in your opinion?
I've told you this, Meg.
You're not telling me, you're telling the audience.
Relationships. That's how you get good at sales. Build relationships. Call people, keep in touch, follow up, go see them, text them, email them. Like, make them feel like they're the only person you're talking to in the universe. But you're doing that to 100 other people.
Yeah, but how are you specifically, like, that's building your relationships to create sales.
Well, you have to then ask for the business and, get the job done.
So there's more steps there.
The biggest part of it is building those relationships. And then you have to ask for business. Like, you can't, like, once you do all the work and get yourself in the door and you get it all ready to go, you have to ask for the business, and then you have to let them know that it's time to make the sale.
And then you got to follow up and do everything.
Done. Right there. I'm killing it. Right there.
But you have to do everything that you say you're going to do.
Well, yes.
You got to implement.
Well, I told you. I make them feel like they're the only person on the planet I'm working with at this particular moment.
Good.
And I'm working with 50, maybe 100 more. When it comes to my database of people that are potential clients or potential referring people, I could have close to 200 or 300 people in my sphere.
And you work that every single day?
Well, I would, yes. I don't now, no.
So at that time when you were,
yes,
you were talking to those 200 people every day?
I would focus on the top end of those people. The people that did refer me, the people I liked more, and the people that did use me more, I would focus my time and energy on the better. So I would rank my group of people from A, B, C, and D, and I would focus on the A's and the B's. If I ran out of time, I would then come down to the C's. And then I would evaluate that group over time and make sure I change them. Like a C could turn into an A really quickly.
Yeah. Just by doing a pop by and stopping in.
Just by doing a pop by and stopping in. How do you sell, Meg? Well, I know how. You beat them over the head with a hammer.
I force it.
You force them to rent the place. You force them to give you all their money.
I am a pusher. I will admit I am a pusher.
I mean, you have to be. Like, when I'm out there selling someone a house, and we've looked at 10 houses, I can look at John Smith and say, John, we've looked at 5 houses. This is the house for you. Based on what you told me. You wanted this many square feet, this many bedrooms, you wanted this school district. This is the house for you. Now is the time. Oh, and if interest rates are a little bit high right now, when they do come down, you can refinance and it's going to look even better. But if rates stay up or continue to go up, well, you're going to be even in a better spot. Everybody that I sold houses to back in the day, 10, 15 years ago or 20 years ago, those houses that I've either sold them or built for them have gone up in value astronomically. They are glad they did those deals. They're glad they got those interest rates, and they look like geniuses. Yeah. And some of them I had to push into those deals.
Yeah, just like I have to push you into deals.
You haven't pushed me into that many deals, Meg.
Into that many? Would you want me to start listing them?
Well, you pushed me into TV, and I don't know how that's quite working yet.
Okay, TV is one. You can ask anybody in CG. TV is the number one lead source.
Okay, how's it doing for us right now? Are we killing it?
We're not killing it right now because we're still new to it. We haven't even been to it for 3 months.
Okay.
So we're still new. We're still getting our feet wet. Plus, time of the year with the election, all of that stuff plays into the factor. However, TV, you don't necessarily see a direct correlation with TV.
Oh, we don't.
You see, I mean, with people calling
when we started it, you told me we would.
You do. People will call in.
Okay.
We will eventually get to the point where people will call in, and then you can see that direct correlation. But until you build that, just like building your relationships, you have to build your brand, you have to build your image, all of that. And until people out in the community really understand who we are, recognize it, all of that stuff. What are people going to do? They're going to see the commercial, and then they're going to Google us, and they're going to get onto our website and all of that stuff. So
people are noticing it. I'm getting talked to every day about that commercial.
Yes, exactly. So once TV is working in the sense that our website sales or website marketing is a lot higher, all of our direct mail, everything else makes us more credible.
Okay, what else did you push me into?
Dozens of flips.
Dozens
of flips. I just had to push you into one last week.
Which one?
Penn Street, which was a rental.
Well, you didn't give me all the facts when you gave it to me, too.
But I literally printed out the comps. I printed out.
You really made a lot of mistakes on your evaluation. You made a lot of mistakes on your. You ran your numbers wrong.
I made an assumption. I made an assumption, just like you would do. I assumed interest rates at 7%.
But you didn't check.
But I did not check.
Okay. In this environment, we have to check.
And I wasn't even a percentage off. It was like 0.7%.
0.7's a big deal. Yes, you pushed us into that one. That's a good one. But I think I would have got there without you on that one.
I don't know. I had to push you into Sullivan Street. I had to push you into the one on North Hanover. I had to push you into that one in Shippensburg.
Now you're pushing me. Now you're pushing me out of them because of your budgets.
The one on Wayne, I had to push you into that one, which was huge.
Which one on Wayne?
621 Wayne. The one that, the split level that we did, like the wood out on the front. I poured my heart and soul into that house. How do you not remember this?
What color was it?
I painted it black on the outside, and then I did that wood
trim.
The wood.
Yeah, the wood. That one was good.
Yeah.
I don't think you had to push me into that one.
Yes, I did.
Is that Mechanicsburg School District?
It was.
Okay.
It was Mechanicsburg School District. I had to push you into that one. There's so many that I have to push you into. I remember specifically Sullivan Street, 3975 Sullivan Street in Mechanicsburg. And it was a ranch house where somebody built like an addition into the ranch house. And you walked in and you're like, no, I don't see the vision. And I walked it and I'm like.
Are you still upset you didn't buy it still?
Oh, very upset. Very upset.
Yeah.
I should have bought that house. Because I literally had to say to you, if you are passing on this house, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I said, I'm buying it, you're like, whoa, let's renegotiate here. Let's think.
Yeah, but you didn't have a
this.
garage, and now you have a garage, and you're in your element where you're at now.
I am very happy where I am at now. And it is ultimately best that I waited because
that location wouldn't have been great to run at, particularly. It was on a busy road.
It wouldn't have been great to run on the road at, but I would have had so much more land. I could have just ran in the...
You could run around your half acre?
It was like almost 2 acres. I could have put a whole soccer field in the back of that house. I could have just ran the soccer field.
True.
Okay, so what do you think some of the biggest mistakes that new salespeople make and why people don't buy from people?
New salespeople today want to show up to the office at 9 or 10 o'clock. They want to send some emails, do a Facebook post, go to lunch, and then be done at work at 3 o'clock. That's not going to work.
It's not.
You'll be in that 47% that do no deals in a year if that's what you want to do. You have to. I mean, it's an immense amount of work, especially when you're starting out in sales.
Okay. So why do you what are some reasons why you think people don't buy from a particular agent?
They're not top of mind.
No, say the agent did everything right. What are some other reasons why they want to buy from them?
If I did everything right, I didn't have any people not buy from me. The times I did not get people to buy from me or it was going sideways was when the communication lapsed in some way.
On your end?
Possibly. I had clients one time call me and say, Rob, we're going to withdraw the house from the market. We're going to go with a different agent. We think they can get the house sold. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second here. So I popped over to their house. I drove 20 minutes to their house. And they were fighting. The husband and wife were fighting. I mean, they were on the verge of a divorce, I think, over this house. And I said, we're close here. We've had showings. We have some minor interest, but the house is overpriced. If we drop this house $10,000, which is what you're going to do with the other realtor, the house will sell. So because I went face to face with them and I didn't text them back, the communication was solved. We got to the issue. They needed the urgency. The urgency is this house needed to sell faster than what it was. They lowered the house to what I said to lower to, and then a week later we got an offer and we sold the house.
That's good.
Problem solved. But had I texted them back and said, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and I came back to the office and complained, hey, you have to take problems head on. In person is even better. It's hard for them to dislike you or if you're communicating well and explaining the situations and you're being a true professional.
That's good.
Meg, you would just text them, wouldn't you? Say, okay.
No, I would not.
What would you do, Meg?
I would probably pick up the phone and call them.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I would drive to their house and show up unannounced at their house.
No, I called them. I was on the phone with them. I said, I'm coming out. Can you guys meet? I want to talk about this.
Well, that's different.
But that's what I did. Today's people, young people, want to text, Facebook message. They want to Snapchat their clients.
Oh, my God. I doubt that.
How many Snapchats a day do you do, Meg? Do you do 1,000?
No.
Come on.
No, I definitely do not do 1,000 Snapchats.
1,000 snaps? I think you snap 1,000 times a day.
No, I do not.
Okay, Meg, how many snap streaks do you have going on?
But that's different. Streaks are important to me.
Oh, how many snap streaks do you have going on?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 streaks going on.
You have 8 streaks. What's the longest one? How many times have you snap streaked somebody?
My highest one is 3,185 days.
So 3,185 days, you're snapping this person something back. Mm-hmm. Pure focus in 2025, right?
Okay, first thing in the morning when you wake up and you send a Snapchat just to keep your streak alive, they send one back too. That's commitment and dedication. That is not...
Okay, is that on the top 10? I didn't hear that on your top focused items for this next year. Maybe you ought to delete Snap.
No. That's how I build relationships.
Who's the 3,000 day person? Who is it?
That's Lauren.
The one you're laying next to.
Yes, it's important.
So you need to keep that. What's the next one?
The next one. The next highest is 1,366.
Wow. Who's that?
Brian.
Who's the next one?
Next one is 1,282, and that is Jess Sebastian.
Okay. I wonder how many snap streaks Grant Cardone has.
Probably none. But he also focuses on social media, and
He does.
I mean, it's definitely a part of it. So Snapchat is social media.
Okay. I don't know a lot of multimillionaires that snap streak people for 3,000 days. Sorry.
Okay, listen. So if I haven't spoken to somebody in a long time, and
are you snapping pictures, by the way? A snap is a picture, right?
It's a picture.
So do you snap the side of your head and the wall behind you, or do you snap an actual picture of your face?
It depends.
Like
It can be
here, look.
anything.
I just did a snap streak.
You are so ridiculous right now.
Look,
But no,
look,
listen.
look. Can someone hold the phone? Yep, just did another one. Yep.
Okay, listen. If I haven't spoken to somebody in a long time, like
Yeah.
say 6 months, I haven't spoken to this person.
Yeah.
Maybe not that long. Maybe 3 months. I haven't spoken
Yeah.
to this person. But it's like, hey, we talk, but we don't really talk. How do
Yeah.
I stay connected to them? Send a snap.
Wow. Okay, that's cute.
It is.
It's cute.
It is.
Who was the fourth person on there? The fourth?
One of my friends.
What's her name?
Her name is Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. 1,000 days?
1,164.
Wow.
Now
Was she
that
was she at the wedding?
She did not go to the wedding.
Was it one of those soccer players I met at the wedding that's insane?
No.
Who's the insane, crazy one? She's dating that tall girl.
Oh, that's Lavere.
Yeah, she's nuts.
Why?
I could just tell she's crazy.
I had a lot of fun with Lavere.
Yeah, I would not mess with her either.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She could beat you up.
The one thing what's her name? Lavere?
Well, her real name's Emily. But
Emily.
her maiden name was
Yeah,
Lavere.
Emily and I, you know what we had in common?
Making fun of me.
Making fun of you. Did she do that too?
Yeah.
Okay, this is why I could be best friends with her.
I had a lot of fun with Lavere. She's good people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we pick on each other.
She also told me some things about you. I probably can't even put
God,
on
I don't
put
even
on
know
here.
what she said.
Yeah, she told me stuff that I won't even put on this microphone.
I don't even want to know.
We'd have to get new microphones.
She knows a lot about me, so I don't even
I
want to
know
know.
she was an open book.
Oh God.
She was drinking a lot that night.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what she said. It'll probably end in a divorce if she opened
We
her
can
mouth.
post this.
Like, no, do not.
Yes, we can. Yes.
No.
She wants to be on social media. She listens to our stuff all the time. She said to give her a shout out, and I just did.
You can have a shout out, but you can't say.
I didn't say anything incriminating. I will refuse to do that to you, Meg.
Okay, great.
And I really don't even know if it's incriminating. It just kind of. I'll leave it at that.
Next subject. That's off camera topic.
There is one thing that really surprising. Like, so here's the thing. I don't know how to. Protective comes to mind when I hear of some of the.
What are you talking about?
So if, like, let's say I don't. She's not married, is she? So she's not.
Lavier?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's married.
Oh, they're married. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one thing's for sure is you don't mess with her significant other.
Yeah.
You will get attacked.
I'm sure. But Lindsay's very nice. She's very nice.
Who?
Lavier's wife.
Oh yeah,
her
she's
name's
awesome. Yeah, she's
Lindsay.
awesome.
She's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, but me and Emily could probably talk days about your situation, mainly making fun of you.
I could guarantee that. Yeah.
Okay, we need to have her on here. Can we like bring her in? Yeah.
Well, she's probably working it now. So.
No, we'll bring her on a podcast. Like I want her to shoot on in.
Okay. She lives in Maryland. She doesn't live too far away.
No, we'll do split screen.
Okay.
We can set up me and we'll just get on there and talk about you the whole time. I just snap streaked myself again.
Oh, good.
Ryan, how many snap streaks do you have going on?
I don't have Snapchat anymore. I haven't had it for
Yeah.
like 5 years.
Oh yeah, you grew up.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't really
Meg
have
probably
it.
still has that one. What was that one called back in the day that started up and went away?
MySpace.
Yeah, you still MySpace people.
I wish MySpace was still a thing. That was probably the best social media that was ever created.
Did you MySpace people?
When MySpace was a thing, yeah, I had MySpace.
Oh wow. So you have everything.
No, I don't have it anymore. It doesn't.
Well, you would if you could. Do you have TikTok?
I do have TikTok. but
Instagram?
yes, but I don't actively use them. I just go in and scroll. I don't post. The only social media that I post is Snapchat. But I do actually post some stuff here and there
public?
on Facebook.
Is it go to everybody when you post?
No, it goes to my friends.
See, that's weird. Like that's
Why?
not sales. That's not really.
That's why I use Facebook. Facebook is for like.
Do you post
Actually,
on Facebook much or not?
I mean, every so often, but Facebook is more like for business and generating leads and, you know.
Do you generate leads from
I can
snapping?
Yeah. I can. I have.
Yeah,
yes, actually, I
Your
have.
3,000 snapper Rooney.
Yes, I
Has
have.
that
I have generated leads
from that
Snapchat.
3,000 streaks.
Okay, if we're trying to get a apartment rented, I've literally Snapchatted through the apartment, and people have messaged, "Hey, can I come see this?"
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So you act like it's this awful social. It's just another form of social media.
Okay. Do you think I should start snapping?
No, you would get in trouble if you had a Snapchat.
Why? Explain. How do you? Why do you get in trouble?
No, I do not get in trouble with Snapchat.
So why would I get into trouble? I don't even hardly message people.
Snapchat has a bad rep.
So it's okay for you to do it, but if Rob wants to do it, I
I've had it
can't.
from the beginning.
Okay. Will you teach me how to do it? Will you
now,
like?
if you get Snapchat now,
It's not
at
cool.
your age,
Yeah.
it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
what's the reason behind that? And then they would default to the reputation that Snapchat has.
Is it a sneaky site?
Yes, because it disappears. Everything disappears.
Oh, Snapchat is sneaky,
Yes,
and it. What do you mean it disappears?
everything disappears. I send you a Snapchat.
Okay.
Once you open it, it's gone.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So
If
I
I-
could send something nasty and dirty, and then you would get it, look at it, and then you disappear it, or how does it?
It automatically disappears.
Like, just-
it's gone. It's a one and done.
Wow.
If
Can
I
you,
put-
can you
if I put-
screenshot? Can you screenshot it?
Yes, but it notifies them.
Do you ever do the picture? Do you ever do it? Do you ever take pictures of them?
People don't snap me inappropriate things.
Okay.
Because I'm not like that.
I just asked if anyone's taken pictures of your snaps.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like if I'm sending something to the, if it's like a cute picture of Chance. Yeah, I'm screenshotting that.
Oh.
But it notifies them.
Well, I could snap pictures of my kids, right?
Yeah, you can. You can snap anything you
Okay.
want.
I'm thinking of doing it.
Go right ahead. This is making me really uncomfortable. Like,
You definitely can post all of this stuff.
no,
All-
you cannot.
The hell? Yes, you can. There's nothing. You did nothing wrong.
You are not doing anything.
This is what
that's
we
going
need-
to hurt
let-
my integrity.
Meg, your integrity will be fine. Put a disclaimer. Can you put a disclaimer at the top? Meg's integrity is not in question here.
I'm trying to have a very serious conversation with you. Okay, what do you think the difference is between financial freedom and financial security? It's
I have no idea.
you can't.
What's
have
the
like a
first one again?
logical-
What's the first
financial
one?
freedom versus financial
I
security?
feel like they're the exact same thing.
Why?
It means you don't have to worry about money anymore.
That's not true.
Oh,
Financial security to me is, hey, I'm comfortable, I'm secure, I know I have, 3 months worth of
Yeah.
reserves, I have 6 months worth of reserves, like I'm comfortable.
okay. I'm secure.
But financial freedom to me is when
Okay. So
all-
I'm secure right now, but I don't have true financial freedom.
why don't you think you have financial freedom?
I guess you're always going to have to worry about projects, right? Because I got some projects that are overhanging my head.
Well, I mean, essentially financial freedom by I guess I would assume definition, like my definition is when all your bills are paid through like passive income.
Yeah.
So you're not really worried about how am I paying my bills. I don't necessarily have to work,
Yeah.
9-to-5 job. Like I know that I'm still going to generate money,
Yeah.
In one form or the other. That's kind of freedom, but you're not like free to the point where you can just go out and spend whatever without even thinking
Yeah.
about looking at price
I don't
tags,
think anybody
anything
can
like that.
spend all that they want with no worries in the world, unless they're in the top.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, if you're Elon, but here's the thing that got like Elon Musk to where he is now is not going to, he's not going to just stop doing what he's doing. What he took to get where he's gotten, he's not going to stop, is he?
No.
Because he can't stop. Like Bezos and all those people that have tons and tons of money. But I worry, like I'm not worried about paying my bills today or tomorrow, but I worry that at some point
It can go away.
it could go sideways and I might have to go back to working like a dog like I did back in the day.
Yeah. I think that's, a worry for everybody that has
To
money.
go backwards.
To go backwards. Anybody, like, I feel like anybody that has, worked their butt off and made, a decent amount of money, and now it's like, okay, I'm feeling good, I'm secure, I'm comfortable, but, like, you worked so hard that you just want to, like, hold on to it.
Yeah.
You don't want to, like, go backwards, and you don't want to see it disappear. You don't want to have a big problem that all of a sudden now,
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
costing you a fortune. So it's like, you almost have like this irrational fear of like, oh my God, one day it's just going to go away.
But what can help you with that feeling is as properties get paid off, like from the real estate world, as properties get paid off and values or mortgages get paid down and values go up little bit over little bit, is I have more stability that I can sell this asset.
And you're not in a pinch to sell it. Like you're not forced to sell
I'm not forced to sell it, but if you plan correctly and get to the point where, you have enough assets you could sell if you needed to get out of a jam. But on top of that, you're keeping cash reserves. So when cash reserves get low, okay, my cash reserves are getting low. I need to sell something to get us back up, the cash reserves built back up. And if whatever's draining those cash reserves problem doesn't get solved, then you better either get rid of that problem or just change direction in what you're doing. But I looked up my beach house I owe $74,000 on it. It's worth $650. Like that does give me some security. Do I want to sell it? No, but if I needed to sell it in a pinch, I could sell it. I could sell it for cash, probably for $450 or $500, and instantaneously get some money. Some things a little bit harder, like my 50 unit I own in Pittsburgh. That might be a little harder to sell, but I could sell that pretty quickly and generate some cash as well.
Because you have like $1 million.
I put $1 million down when I bought it, and it's probably, I paid $65 a door. It's definitely worth that.
Yeah.
Plus, you have the land you can build on next door, so I could probably sell it. I could get my $1 million back on that deal. So you start to build these little pieces to a puzzle, and hopefully, if you don't refinance and take all the cash out, like the people that take all the cash out every single time, over and over and over, that is like, I wouldn't call it a house of cards, but it could become unstable at some point if you make another rash decision or two. Like if you buy a beach house or a fancy car. That's when you start to create these other things that start to drain your money, and it's like, and anytime someone goes and does those things, it is a risk. It was a risk when I did it way back when. Like, things could have gone sideways. I mean, the house I bought was on the market for like 4 years.
That's crazy to think about. And like to think about how long it sat, at what price it sat. It's like, that's like unheard of now. Like, that would never happen again.
Yeah.
Like
you can't say never, right?
I mean, you can't say what you
but
can't
keep in mind the 160 back then could be like the 250 now. Like, there could be one on the market there that's a piece of crap on the water. A piece of crap on the water that drops to 300. And you're like, I'm not paying 300 for that. Well, if you go buy it for 300, fix it up, have 350 into it, maybe 375, the market turns and now it's worth 700. Then you look good.
Yeah.
Like who knew that was the bottom at that time? I mean, everything was sitting.
I know, but it's just so crazy. Like, if you could go back in time.
No, what you can do now is just figure out how to buy everything you can and keep it for as long as you can.
That's the game.
I'm not saying keep it forever. There may be a point in time where you do want to do something fancy, so you sell one. Take all the cash out of it and go put it into something else.
So what would you go put into something else?
Like the beach house you want to buy.
I know.
I didn't have to sell one to buy mine. I just saved up the cash. But if the beach house you're buying is $500,000 and you need $100,000, you may not want to take the 100 from savings because it may make you feel uncomfortable. So you just go sell one rental.
That's kind of my problem right now. Like, yeah, I have the cash to go and do it, but it feels like it puts me on edge.
So maybe you sell one rental.
No.
That's
not allowed.
It's on the goal board.
The goal board is to buy more rentals, not to sell.
I'm saying sell one to get the dream vacation. I had the place at the beach you could have bought. It needed nothing. It would be a party house forever.
I went back and I literally last week messaged him.
What did he say?
He's still at $595. It's still sitting.
Did you ask him if they would take any less?
Yes.
Did you really ask?
Yes, I did. Like, they're not in a rush. And I'm not spending that for that property.
Why?
Because I don't think that property in particular is worth that. I think your house, I'd be more inclined for your house, or the house that I sent you, that 118. That I feel like is more worth it.
Okay. They have big open water though. The other one doesn't have room for barely a dock.
I guess.
I like having a dock. I like to lift the boat out of the water.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put a sailboat in or a motorboat?
Motorboat.
Oh, you're motorboating now.
Yeah, you know how it is. Gotta go fast. Gotta entertain.